Okay, let's take a look at the question we're talking about. Fx is equal to 5x squared minus 5x plus 3. And you saw that you had to find what is f of t minus 1. So that was the first part. So the first thing you need to know is what is within the bracket. Whatever is within the bracket is what is the value of x. So you're going to replace x with t minus 1 in this equation or this function. So what does that look like? If I'm gonna write the original equation, the constants, the numbers that do not change, but wherever I see x, now I'm gonna put t minus 1 squared, t minus 1 in place of x, plus 3. So now when you see a question like this, the first thing you want to do is you want to simplify the equation. So you know the rule BEDMAS. That means you'll have to solve any brackets. If you see any exponents, which we see has to be dealt with first. So t minus 1 is a binomial. Squared is something like t minus 1 times t minus 1. So you can solve this by using FOIL method. T times t is t squared, t times negative 1 is negative t, and then negative 1 times t is negative t, and negative 1 times negative 1 is a positive 1. So all together this comes out to be t squared minus 2t plus 1, right? So this is nothing but, this is only this part. So we have just done, or we have just evaluated that part of the equation. So now let's put this back in that equation and see what we get. So we get ft minus 1 equals, ft minus 1 equals 5 times, so instead of t minus 1 squared, we're going to write t squared minus 2t plus 1 minus 5t minus 1 plus 3. Next we are going to distribute 5 so that we can get rid of the bracket. So we get 5 times t squared is 5t squared, 5 times negative 2t is negative 10t, 5 times positive 1 is positive 5. In the next set we have a negative 5 outside, so negative 5 times positive t gives you minus 5t. Again, negative 5 times negative 1, negative negative becomes positive, so it gives me a plus 5 plus 3. And the next step is just to collect like terms. There's only one term that contains t squared, so we're going to leave that alone. And then there are two terms that contain t. I'm just going to highlight those. There are two terms that contain t, these two terms, so let's collect them. They are going to be negative 10t minus 5t will be 15t, and then you're left with the constant. So 5, 5, 3, when you add them you get, 13. And so that means your answer is gonna be ft minus 1 equals 5t squared minus 15t plus 13 for this question.